Hello and welcome to my Let's Play of Star Trek Online on the PS4. I'm the Big B82 and this is part 84 of my Discovery Era Science Officer playthrough. We're about to undertake another mission in the Future Proof arc where we're teaming up with Kal Dano and attempt to recover the Tox Uthat that was stolen from him by the Tholians. So, I'm going to howl for the mission and let's get the show on the road. That's not where I need to be. Yep, future proof. And there's the mission Stormbound.
The Tox Uthat has fallen into the hands of the Tholians. Our intelligence indicates increased Tholian activity in the Nakul system. Kal Dano believes they are trying to interfere with the Nakul in the present because of actions they will take in the future. Kal Dano has asked you to rendezvous with him in the Nakul system.
Okay. So let's accept. And let's begin the mission Stormbound. While doing my cheesy captain's log. Personal log, Stardate 87706.43. I met Kal Dano. It's hard knowing how it will end for him, but the Temporal Prime Directive prevents me from saying anything.
Thank you for responding to my message so quickly. The Tholians have the...
I'll speak to him in a minute. It is hard knowing how it will end for him, but the Temporal Prime Directive prevents me from saying anything. I searched for the Tholians and the Tox Uthat have been fruitless. However, Starfleet intelligence has reported some activity near Nakul. We are en route with Kal to investigate.
Good to see you again. Thank you for responding to my message so quickly. The Tholians have the quantum phase inhibitor. I've tracked their ship to this system, and I'm detecting some telltale quantum fluctuations within the star. They're trying to use the device. We need to stop them and recover it. First, however, we need to help the Nakul. At this point in their history, they're not prepared to repel a Tholian attack.
Agreed. Set course for the Leaf Tholian vessel. They're Tholians, sir. Shall I put them on the main view screen? On screen.
Unidentified vessel. You have entered our space without authorization. If you are an ally of the Tholians, leave now. We have done nothing to provoke their attacks, but we will defend ourselves.
We'll render any assistance we can. What do you need?
Thank you. My people have few warships. Any assistance you could provide against the Tholians would be appreciated.
Consider it done. Yes, they stole a device from us that interferes with the fusion process in the sun.
So this is your fault? Why would you make such a terrible thing? You caused this problem. I expect you to fix it, or we will hold you and your people responsible for the consequences.
Kal Dano created the device in the future. The Tholians stole it from him. We're just trying to set things right.
I should have never made that device. I was only focused on the idea, on whether it was possible. I didn't stop to think of all the harm it could do in the wrong hands. We have to stop the Tholians before they shut down the star's fusion. If that happens, the effect on the system will be devastating. The Nakul will lose their home, and life will probably never develop here again.
Hell, I'm not courting for the Starfall impulse.
The lead Tholian ship has the quantum phase inhibitor. They're going to use it on the star. We have to stop them. Board that vessel and get it back.
Okay. Bark orders at me, sunshine. Ah, that's it, the Vorgons. That's it. I was trying to think of in the last part. The Vorgons. They wanted to capture the... Something tells me that I don't think the Tholians really care, but yeah,
Of course, we can get it back from them in the first place.
faith in me and my crew.
Oh no, they're using the Tox Uthat.
Well, bugger. Okay, we done? Tholian ship is disabled and the sensors confirm that the Tox Uthat is aboard. We can't lock on to it though. Too much interference. Recommend we send an away team on board the shuttle, on board the ship, or in the shuttle on board the ship and retreat. Signal Kal Dano to join us in the shuttle when prepared for launching the shuttle. Now, thanks to the game's new feature that we now don't have to equip EV suits. We're now going to be instantly in our EV suits. As you saw a bug, which was you saw previous episode where Kal Dano was in an EV suit. Not sure he was supposed to be. But we should instantly be in our EV suits as soon as we get inside the Tholian ship, because Tholian atmospheres are not exactly friendly towards humanoids.
We've docked with a Tholian ship. The good news is that my scans indicate the quantum phase inhibitor is on the bridge. All we need to do is go get it. The bad news is that the Tholians know we're here. They're not going to give up without a fight.
Understood. We're ready.
The Tholians come from an environment that is extremely hazardous to most humanoids. You and your team will need environment suits to survive.
Understood. Thanks for the reminder.
Just as xenophobic and opportunistic in your time as mine.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're an interesting species.
Getting closer to the Tox Uthat. Stay alert.
They're a very interesting species, the Tholians. Not really been expanded upon on in Star Trek lore. Other than a few occasions where they're mentioned or they're or they briefly turn up for a certain episode, like a thing, but other than the Tholian Web and In the Mirror Darkly, which was an Enterprise episode.
The bridge should be just ahead.
There's like never really been much presence of the Tholians, which I think is pretty bad. I mean, they're an they're a xenophobic, angry siliconic race who don't like anybody.
Now we just need to drop that force field, get the quantum phase inhibitor, and get off the ship before the rest of the Tholians get here to stop us.
Drop the field, get the quantum. Yeah, got it. Okay.
Finally, we have the quantum phase inhibitor. I brought this device through time to hide it from the Vorgons, but I never thought the Tholians would steal it. Now we need to hide it where it will be safe from both of them. Are you ready? This will be a longer trip than you're used to taking.
Beam us to the shuttle and launch immediately. Let's get to the ship.
Set a course for the Ryza system.
Opening the temporal second century. When in the 22nd century are we?
Ryza, early 22nd century. Even the tourists won't be in this region for a few years yet. No one will be looking for the quantum phase inhibitor here. Not now, anyway. Let's try that cave up ahead. Looks like a good spot.
Acknowledged.
Wow, rain on Ryza. I guess they haven't installed the weather control systems yet. We have to hide the device very well. I can't afford to let it fall into the wrong hands again. And the Vorgons are very persistent. No, that's too obvious. Anyone could find it there. That's better, but I still think it will be too easy to find. That's it. Someone will find it in a few hundred years, but that's a different story for a different captain. Let's get back to your time. We need to check on the Nakul. Setting course for 2014.
Something tells me not going to be a very happy bunch. Their starship's been destroyed.
We need to get back to the Nakul.
Who's in command of this ship? And who the hell are you? So we have arrived back in the call system in the present, and Kal Dano has launched his ship. Tholians are hailing us on the screen.
Return the Tox Uthat, and we will let you live.
We no longer have the device. We've hidden it where you will never find it.
Responding to a temporal distress call. Do you require assistance?
We were unable to stop the Tholians, but we were able to retrieve the Tox Uthat and hide it when nobody can find it.
I'm sure that will be a great comfort to our citizens as they freeze to death.
We'll do whatever we can to assist you.
You have done quite enough. Leave us alone. Time travelers and malcontents and Tholians. The whole lot of you can fall into a black hole. Now, go. We have to figure out how to save our people. And then we'll take steps to protect ourselves. Time is a weapon, and it will never be turned against us again.
Let us know if you change your mind and want our help.
This is Captain Benjamin Walker of the USS Postok. I'm responding to an emergency temporal transmission from these space-time coordinates, but we are no longer detecting the source of these transmissions. Did you lose a time traveler?
Yes, Kal Dano's ship was damaged and he fell through a temporal portal.
I think you better come aboard while we resolve this. Prepare for transport.
I was there in 2152 when he died. Well, that's what Daniels told me. So we're going to be... not sure what we can do. Maybe he wasn't thrown back to 2151, 2152. Maybe he was thrown somewhere else. And he tried to repair his ship and it malfunctioned. Let's find out. Captain.
Greetings. It's nice to see you again.
Again? We never met before. Technically we have. Yeah, he was at the... he was the captain who pulled us away off the bridge of the USS Enterprise C. And then... but of course we won't remember that because that was an alternate timeline. Again, we'd never met before.
Not that you remember. We need to scan the continuum for Kal Dano. Would you care to assist me?
Of course.
you able to locate Kal Dano?
The ship is in the 22nd century, but these readings are strange.
Enter the temporal coordinates into the transporter.
Acknowledged.
What happened with Kal Dano?
He's dead. And it's like he's been dead for centuries.
No, this was meant to happen. Kal Dano went further back into the past than you knew. The NX-01 Enterprise, captained by Jonathan Archer, found his ship in the 22nd century, and his chief engineer activated Kal Dano's emergency temporal circuit, which returned the ship to its last known time, this one. But by the time that happened, Kal Dano had been dead for centuries. The Tox Uthat is safe. It was found in the mid-24th century by Captain Jean-Luc Picard, who destroyed it before it could be used to harm others.
Well, that's not exactly true. And cool, isn't there anything we can do for them?
Altering the past causes ripples. The effects move through time, shifting everything they touch, and it may take eons for all of them to be seen. The Nakul will survive, although their homeworld will be lost. They will become time travelers themselves, and their actions in the Temporal Cold War shape the galaxy you now know. There are some things you shouldn't change, that you can't change.
The Temporal Cold War?
You could check Captain Archer's old logs for more information, but you will know all about it soon enough. You are entering a dangerous era in history. Time travel, like warp drive before it, will radically change your society. I'll see you again. We have a lot to do.
Farewell, Captain, and thank you. Ready to return to the ship. I am. Let's contact command.
This is a sad day for the Federation. We failed to save the Nakul system. And our friend from the future, Kal Dano, is dead. I know you did everything you could. Sometimes, especially when we venture into time travel, things must play out a certain way. So, at least the timeline has been preserved. Captain Picard can now find the Tox Uthat on Risa in the 24th century. Still, let us mourn for Kal Dano and the Nakul people.
And out goes the star. Well, it's cold comfort for them, but unfortunately, that's the way time travel works. And time travel sucks.
We have been contacted by the Federation from the...
And that will be our next mission. Time and tide. Until then, I'm the Big B. I'm the Big B 82. Please subscribe, comment, and welcome, and I appreciate any thumbs up as well. And I will see you in part 85 when we go to the future. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Ciao for now.